Well, so I want to ask you, before the show, you were saying that you think the Republicans are going to win. They're going to. Do you think the Republicans are going to win in 2022?
Yeah, I mean, I think all the fundamentals are there, right? Like Joe Biden's approval's underwater. Democratic president takes office, the GOP usually wins usually gains seats in the following election. The GOP could totally blow it. But I think if they play their cards right, then Kevin McCarthy's speaker. I think that's likely. It's a narrow margin in the House as is.
And what do you think? What do you think the first thing they'll do is?
Oh, well, so this is what I said. I'm not just the first thing they'll do.
Right? No. That's why I'm asking specifically. Do you think? Okay, I'll just get into it.
Yeah.
You said they're going to impeach Biden.
Oh,
I want that to happen. But do you think it'll be the first thing they do? Like, do you think they'll be like, "We're doing it. We're impeaching this guy"?
No, it'll be something like. It'll be a messaging bill, right? It's like when the Democrats retook the House, the first thing they did was pass H.R. 1, the Voting Rights Act, which is part of the broader messaging schema of Republicans hate democracy. We're the pro-democracy party. Vote for us. I don't know what the GOP's day one bill is. Like, probably something on inflation or controlling inflation or the economy. I do think that the precedent has been set that impeachment is a political tool, especially when you are in control of the House but not the Senate. So, it doesn't matter. I think they're totally going to impeach Joe Biden because that's what you're just going to do now.
But do you think they have a good case for impeaching him, or do you think it's just going to be like, we'll figure it out?
I think they'll figure it out.
I think it's going to be Ukraine. I think it's going to be the laptop, the emails, the photos of Joe Biden, the emails where he's sharing his bank account with his son and collecting money, and then they're spending money on each other's behalf.
There's no specificity in the Constitution of what high crimes and misdemeanors actually means. It's whatever Congress says, and it's unreviewable by the Supreme Court or any other court. It's purely a political decision. So they'll find something because it'll be a great way to put Joe Biden on trial in the public eye. And that will line up 2024.
Do you think he should be impeached?
No.
No?
No.
Really?
You don't think like all the stuff he did with Ukraine and Rosemont Seneca and all that stuff that's now basically confirmed?
His Hunter Biden connected bank account that they were doing absolutely illicit and illegal things with?
I don't have strong opinions about the details there.
I do.
Okay.
And I think that there's a big argument to make here about.
Look, I'm sure the House
inaction.
Republican Caucus will be happy to call you in as an expert witness on the impeachment hearings.
No. I don't trust the Republicans as far as I could see them or throw them. And I don't think they're even going to go with impeachment. I think there's going to be talk about this, but I don't think they have that much of a backbone and spine to even do that, or even to match the Democrats on many of their aggressive motions.
You
to
think
be
the
honest
base
with you,
doesn't want it?
I think the base wants a lot of things, and I think Republicans are there to placate them, pat them on the back, saying yes, and just a little bit more. Just we'll just give you anything you want. Just vote for us, and then they're bad, but they're I think that's the game that they're playing here. That's my own personal opinion, and I might be wrong.
The great thing of controlling the House of Representatives is that you're totally powerless, right? Like, as I was saying before, every time the Democrats would take the House, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna pass Medicare for all. We're gonna do it in the House. Like this is, and if you vote for us, you're gonna get Medicare." And then they win, and they go, maybe not on the Medicare for all thing. Maybe we're not going to do that because they know it's politically popular and they can make an empty promise. And the same thing is true. Here's my bet. Day one bill. There's gonna be a federal law banning CRT in schools. It's not really clear what that means, but they sure are going to ban it. Yep. And that's going to be they can prohibit federal funding for local schools that
if they
teach
get
critical
the
race
Senate.
theory.
Then it will move to the Senate, but then Biden will veto it.
But, well, it won't clear the filibuster, so it won't matter.
Right.
Yeah. Like you can do these messaging bills. You can do these and impeachment. And this goes back to the point. Like impeachment is just part of the political process now. It's just like a thing that you do to show that the other team is bad.
I'm not even convinced Republicans are going to win. Right. So we were talking about this before we started the show. 538 and a bunch of other outlets say that historically the opposing party should win, and there's data to suggest it may happen. But there have been so many rule changes with like universal mail-in voting, which massively advantages Democrats for one simple reason. Most of you probably heard me say it, but it's this simple. When it comes to ground activism, knocking on doors, Democrats can hit 1,000 families in one apartment complex, whereas Republicans got to drive. That means that Democrats can clear way more ground doing advocacy than a Republican ever could. That's going to be massive for them. Oh, that's your ballot right there. Fill it out. Put it in your mailbox. You're done. Republicans knock on doors. They can hit 1/10 of the houses. Republicans have completely ignored this. Those that have been paying attention to the election have mostly been concerned about the audits, which have been long, drawn out, and some interesting information comes out that ultimately no one moves on and nothing happens. Meanwhile, we can actively see the rules they're trying to change. HR 1, like you mentioned, and that, like the Time Magazine article, the shadow campaign to save the election. We know exactly what they're doing to advantage themselves, and Republicans don't care.